Down here we'll go and take a look. Like I said, you've got to be very careful. It's ever so slippery. Now here we have the Choline Point, where the steam engines come in. They're clean, they're watered, and they're cold. Whoa! And they're cold. Okay. Now, as we can see, you have a line of locomotives down there. Some Polish express passengers, and there we have the cranes, which lift the coal onto the tenders. We'll take a walk down this way. And here we have TY1 76, which I believe is a German locomotive. As you can see, it's in some desperate need of repair, but I think due to the lack of funding, it's possible this loco will not run again. If any of you are wealthy enough to afford to have a loco like this restored, I suggest you contact the engine shed. And there's the famous Wolsztyn signal box. There's a nice line of steam engines all the way down there. In May there's a steam parade where they get these locomotives out. We'll go down and take a look at PT47. Her sister locomotives are in the shed. One of her sister locomotives we'll be seeing this afternoon running. As you can see, all the snow is gone as well. Now here's some bits of the locomotive. Now it looks like this locomotive is under some form of restoration, though I can't say to be exact. There we go. Some of these plates have been pinched off the locomotives by some people. As you can see, they're missing. And here we have, now she's 182 tons and 121 without the tender. I suspect that this loco may be under restoration. It looks that way. And there we have one of the Wolsztyn cranes as well. Now over there is another line of locomotives, some Polish Express, an OL49, I think that's a PT, and we have a TY, and on the end we have a PL, which is a Polish Express locomotive. This is a real great place to visit. Let's hope in the future Wolsztyn can get some more money to fund these wonderful locomotives. Right, now we're going to go up and take a look in the dispatcher's shed, and then we have an SA, I think it's an SA diesel unit, which now plies its way between Wolsztyn and Poznan. With just 2 steam services a day at the moment, due to funding from PKP, sadly, this is what replaces the beautiful steam engines. In the dispatcher's office, there's a plan of Wolsztyn. Yes, there's 2. You are here. That's where we're stood at the moment. There's the roundhouse, and there's a guide to all of the things. I'll let you get the dictionary out and translate all of that. Where it says yes, there's 2, those 2 lines are in the direction of Poznan. And here we have the famous Wolsztyn clock, which has been sat on the wall for the best part of 100 years now. And there's a nice lamp as well. And also we have a a wheel set. I think that was off an old P8. Now there's the prices for filming, the ticket prices and group prices. There's the accommodation. That's where I'm staying at the moment, in the driver's quarters of PKP. Okay, now let's go and take a look in the PKP cargo office. Cześć, dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Lovely friendly Polish people, they're magnificent. Now this is the dispatcher's office. This is where you want to come if you want to get a room. There's the prices of the rooms. Now it's 45 zloty for one night, which is £10, which is not a lot of money. It's quite easy to fly here, EasyJet, Ryanair to Poznan, and you just get the bus or the tram. Now this is the dispatcher's office. This is where the drivers come. And there's Slavek looking at railway magazines as he normally does.
This is Berlin-Warsaw Express.
Oh, that's the Berlin-Warsaw Express, which we seen yesterday, or day before departing Poznan. We have visitors' books. Let's take a wander back outside. There's some lovely photographs of all the past workings in Wolsztyn. Okay, now back outside. We'll go and take a look, and there's a passing. This is what has been replaced the steam engines recently. As you can see, it's a big difference. Here we have some one of the drivers which takes the train. We'll just go down and we'll go and take a look at some of the machinery in Wolsztyn. Some of this machinery is extremely old, and it's wheel lathes, presses, various other things. And sadly it's raining today as well. I was hoping for some snow, but it's been a warm winter and a wet winter. Here we are, some of the carriages that they use on these services. It's a tight squeeze. Here we are, here's some of the places where they turn the wheels. Plenty of scrap parts everywhere. Metal for ducting. Here we are, here's one of the wheel turning lathes which they use. I'd like to see a wheel spinning round on this. There we are. And here's another wheel turning lathe. And down the bottom is an old van. It appears to be battery powered, and it's up on jacks, so I suspect it doesn't work. Look at that. Let's see if we can open the door. No. Just take a quick look inside. There we are. And this is the wood pile. Here we have a mechanism for loading cargo onto wagons. Here are spare parts from steam engines. It's amazing what you can find when you have a look round here. Buried in the wood are a set of wheels from a steam engine. There you can see There's no indication of what these wheels come from, but look at that, isn't that amazing? Just buried in the wood. And look at that, look at the wear on that. There's only about an inch on there. I'd say that locomotive was scrapped because it was beyond repair. And that's all that remains of it. And I can see some other bits down there, some prop shafts. And we've got, scattered amongst the wood pile, we've got brake blocks, various other bits, springs. I can see some railway artifacts. Oh, signal. There's signal and some driving rods. There we are, an old Polish signal set. Walk back up through the depot. There's some of the coal. Get the chunks of ice. When they put this coal in the boiler, it creates loads of steam because of all the snow in it. Now there's some various bits. I'll see if we can take a look underneath the top hole-in to see what's under there. Oh, we can't. Oh, I can't lift that up. It all appears to be. No, it's sealed. Looks like driving rods, mechanisms. Smoke coming from the chimney, from the PT, which is getting ready to leave soon. Now let's go round and have a look at the water tower. And this is quite interesting. Lots more steam engine parts, nuts, bolts, driving rods, suspension bridges, and we have some oil. This is the reservoir for the water tower. This is a well sunk in the ground, I think, and the water is collected in the well. We're around the back of Wolsztyn engine sheds, and there's the famous water tower, which you always see in all of the pictures of Wolsztyn. Let's take a walk behind the water tower. One thing I love about Poland is exactly this: the engineering, the history, the outdoor toilets. And this was a later addition to the engine sheds built by the Germans during and after the war. Back of the engine sheds, I've just noticed something. This is a fence made of metal railway sleepers, and it runs all the way around the perimeter of Wolsztyn engine sheds. This is one more artifact which is led around. This is a goods wagon, but it's a narrow gauge goods wagon. It's not, I think it's probably from Śmigel, which is a narrow gauge railway just to the south. We can't take a look inside, it's locked. But there you have it. I suspect it dates back to maybe the 1920s. Slavek, how old do you think this is? 100 years?
60.
60.
60.
60 years apparently.